Welcome back to Daytime. The weather is finally cooperating just in time for us cyclists who love to hit the road on our bikes, whether it be a road bike or a mountain bike. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that right now. With me, Jennifer Stelzer, Community Outreach Coordinator with EnviroCentre, and Kelly Goulet, Director, Community Engagement from the Ottawa Hospital Foundation. Welcome, ladies. So we're talking about bicycling and a couple of things that are happening this month and throughout the year, right? So let's talk about the ride, which is a great fundraising initiative. Let's talk about that, Kelly.
So the ride is a cycling event in support of research at the Ottawa Hospital, and it takes place on September 10th. And it's a great event for all levels of cyclists. It doesn't matter if you're an avid cyclist or a recreational one or just wanting to learn how to ride with a group. There's something for everybody on that event.
Really beautiful. So are there different distances? Is that how it works?
Yeah, there's a 50-kilometer route that circles the parkway, and it's a closed route, so there's no vehicle traffic. And then there's a 117-kilometer route, which starts at Tunney's Pasture, goes out to Canada, and then comes back to Tunney's Pasture.
Very good. So if you want to sign up for either one of those things, do you have to have a certain skill set? I mean, clearly 117 you don't necessarily do if you've never been on a bike before. Your tush would hurt. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's great. That's part of the reason we partner with Bike to Work Month, so that you kick off your training season in the month of May, and then you have the rest of the spring and summer to get ready for it. But it's really an event for all levels, and we support you from start to finish.
Really beautiful. We'll talk a little bit more about the ride and exactly what takes place that day. I want to talk about the month of May.
Yes.
I love it.
So the month of May is really exciting, and EnviroCentre each year partners with the City of Ottawa, and we run a campaign called Bike to Work Month. Yeah. And Bike to Work Month is basically a celebration of people who bike to work, and it also encourages new people to try to bike to work. So those people that are maybe biking to the library or biking with their family, we're just like, hey, you know what? Try biking to work once this May. And we give away a ton of prizes every day.
So how does that work? So let's say I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I think I can do that bike to work.
Yeah.
How do I let you know I'm doing that?
So we have a website. It's really simple. You go on www.biketoworkottawa.ca and you register, you sign up, and then you go in and there's a little button that pops up that says log commute. And you just hit that button and you tell us how far you've biked to work. So you can log in twice a day if you're really keen. You can log in once a week. We just date stamp it and you collect your commutes for the month of May. And then we go behind the scenes, and every day we just say, oh, you know what, randomly pick a person, whether they've biked once for 3 kilometers. Yes. We have some keeners that go, 60 kilometers sometimes on their commute. And we just really celebrate the people that are biking to work.
So that someone's at home thinking, okay, I wonder if I can do that.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if I can bike to work. What are some words of encouragement you can give to someone who's contemplating it?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is, if you look at what I have on, this is what I bike in.
Perfect.
You don't need to be in full spandex racer mode. You just kind of have to find, your best bet is to find someone you know that already bikes. Okay. Because we often don't bike on the roads we drive on. There's better routes usually to get places that make it a much nicer, happier commute to get to work. So find a bike buddy, ask them some questions, and then it's usually, within Ottawa, most people are traveling less than 5 kilometers, which is about a half-hour bike ride. Yeah. And that's about the same in a car during traffic. Except you're getting exercise and having fun and getting fresh air. So. Yeah, it's not about racing to work. It's about just enjoying the ride and enjoying
I know for me, I live in the East End and I work, close to Parkdale and Wellington. And so sometimes, depending on how tight it is, I can actually park my car along the parkway. Parking is free. Put my bike in the back, so I can cycle part of the distance. Yeah. Right. Just because there's a bit of a crunch time, especially when you're trying to time the sunset at certain times of the year, right? And then bike back, but that still counts.
Totally
counts. That still counts because I did ride my bike to work.
Any part of a commute, even. We have people that have to drop kids off at school, and we are like, you know what, take your kids to school by bike, then get in your car and drive to work, and teach your kids that short distances don't need to be done by car.
So how do we tie this together? The ride and the bike to work?
So I mean, the ride is all about our community and raising funds for research here in Ottawa, and that benefits our community at large. And we just saw a great synergy with Bike to Work Month, who is also here to help our community be safer, better cyclists and promote cycling. And it's just about those two great community partners coming together for a shared cause and As I said, training the month of May, what a great way to kick off your training.
Yeah, and a great way, because September is so not the end of the season. You know, people who are avid can go right through to October, November, depending on our snow. Let's be honest, I'll say the S word out loud. But yeah, it's a great way to get to that ride. Do we want to talk about some safety tips? You brought your bike, you have some things with you?
There's some things that we just always like to talk about, and that's part of why we partner with the ride too, is that we care a lot about cyclists, and we want them to be out there safe, and we want them to be having fun, and the best way to do that is if they're happy, right?
Yes.
So there's some really simple things. Just have a bike that's in good working order. Make sure you always test your brakes before you head out. You need a bell in Ottawa. It's the law. A light on the front and on the back is the law. And if you're over 18, if you're under 18, you need to be wearing a helmet.
Shouldn't you be wearing a helmet even if you're over 18? Yes. You got zero chances against, a fall. A fall can happen. Yeah. But I mean, you know.
It's just good practice.
It seems to me.
Plus, they're super cute, you know?
Some of the new ones are adorable. I've seen some with like that thing, sort of that mohawk thing in the middle. I think those are just, they rock my world.
They're fun. And and they actually, you know, they're like a seatbelt. You just get used to putting it on, and you feel weird if you don't have it on after a while.
Beautiful.
And then just have a way to carry stuff, especially if you're biking to work.
Yeah.
On the ride, you can take that business off. Although I could probably do the ride on this.
You could easily bring that, although we provide you with food and snacks and water and drinks all along the route, so you don't have to bring anything. But safety is very important to us, and we have a Ride Safe initiative, which partners well with this, where we have complimentary training sessions throughout the season, so people can get road ready and learn how to ride in a group, and just further enhance that cycling safety.
So there's a new fundraising minimum. There's a few changes. I want to send everybody to the website. We're almost out of time. Where can we go to learn about the ride and start raising some funds?
DoTheRide.ca, and this year it's only we only ask that participants raise $750, which is half of what it was in years past.
Perfect.
And we give you all the tools to make it simple.
And where do I go about to log in my rides?
BikeToWorkOttawa.ca.
Love it. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Happy cycling.
Thank you.
I love it. I love being on my bike. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are talking about some beautiful photos that you'll be able to see at the Ottawa Art Gallery. 150 of them. Why is that number so important this year? We'll talk about it when we come back, right here on Daytime.